Let me introduce first myself. I am Ramesh, right? And I am one of the senior most faculties of Hyderabad, guys. From past 25 years, I am teaching for civil services. Okay, many of the people, they'll be giving the ad saying that they are the senior most, right? And half of the faculties who are teaching, right? And half of the institution owners who are there in Hyderabad, they are all my students. Okay, I am 54 years old now, right? Yeah. So from past 25 years, I am teaching geography for civil services. Okay. So I'll be telling you what if we take geography as the option. Number one, right? How it will be helping us in the preliminary examination and the mains, right? And how our classes will be conducted each and every day, guys. That is orientation. Okay, yeah. So when we talk about the geography option, right, many people will be having a wrong connotation saying that it is very vast. Okay, see, whatever the size of the ocean it may be, if the navigator is perfect, they'll be leading you to the shore. Ultimately, we want to go to a shore which is called as civil services. Okay, guys, and not taking long period of time. Okay, yeah. So when you take geography as the option, right, it will be helping us in the preliminary examination, okay, in the mains examination also, guys, right? See, we know that in the prelims we are having 7 modules. Okay, out of that 7 modules, right, geography, environment, ecology, 2 of the modules are associated with the geography. So there is no necessity for you to study geography and environment ecology if you are taking geography as the option. Getting the point, guys? Once you are taking geography as the option, there is no necessity for you to read again the geography and environment ecology for the preliminary examination. Right? If you look at the environment and ecology questions in the past 5 years, minimum 25 to 30 questions are coming from this environment and ecology in the preliminary examination. Okay, you can check, guys, it's not what I am telling. Okay, minimum 25 to 30 questions are coming, right? And for you to clear the preliminary examination, how many questions you have to write correctly? 45 to 50. Okay, if your answers are correct for 45 to 50 questions in the preliminary examination, you are clearing the prelims. What does that mean? 25 to 30 questions means nearly 50 to 60% of the work is been already done for you then. Okay, that is the optional geographies, right? Leverage. Okay, and in the mains, guys, what happened? In the mains, anyhow, the GS1 paper is having the geography. Okay, and you're also having the sociological issues, urbanization, women's problems, all that things, they are the part and parcel of our geography only. Okay, so out of the 250, let us suppose only half questions, which means 125 marks in the paper 1. Okay, in the paper 2, people think that it is the international relations and the constitution, guys, right? But there, the human development index, the poverty indices, right? The regional plannings. Okay, then India and its neighboring countries' relations. They are all the parts of geography. Okay, so GS1, if you are taking in the mains, okay, for the, in the prelims, what happened? What we say? Geography plus environment and ecology. right? Nearly 25 to 30 questions, which is equivalent to 50 to 60%. 50 to 60% of our preparation will be done, guys, right? In the GS1, 125 marks. Okay. In the GS2, at least 25 marks. Okay. GS3. Okay. In the GS3, which is said to be the economy, S&T and internal security paper, guys. Okay. But in the economy part also, we'll be having agriculture, okay, industry, right? Then the demography, right? And also the migrations, etc. What do you say? The list of the books was present, guys. The list of the books for geography. Okay, so when you talk about this book for geography, so we are having lots of books to be studied in geography, right? For example, for geomorphology, 3 books are there, guys. One is the Savindra Singh, the other one is the Stoller and Stoller, and the Thornbury. I am telling you the books, guys. Then why I am telling you the books, I will be telling you. Okay. So if you look at the geomorphology, we said 3 of the important books are available in the market, and from each and every book, a little bit of the topics are good. Okay. So I don't want you to study them, because I have prepared a material by studying all the 3 books. Okay, and that material I will be providing you in the classroom after each and every topic. So automatically what happened? There is no necessity for you to go with that books. If at all you want, you can study. But otherwise, 99% there is no necessity for you to study any of the book, guys, right? So geomorphology, 3 of the important or the standard books are there, right? For climatology, DS Lal is there, and also the Stoller and Stoller is there, right? Then oceanography, Watal and Sharma. Okay. Then environmental geography, Saxena is there, Kuller and Rao is also there, guys. Okay. Then the human geography, these are the paper 1, right? Section 1 books. Okay. So if you look at paper 1 and A section, the first section, guys. Okay, where you will be having the geomorphology, climatology, oceanography and environmental geography, or the biogeography, what we say, guys. These are the parts and parcels of section A. Okay. So from DS Lal, Stoller and Stoller, and some of the important journals of the world, I have taken the gist and I have prepared the notes for you. Again, there is no necessity for you to go with the DS Lal. Okay, Watal and Sharma. Okay, this Savindra Singh has given geomorphology and also the physical geography. In the physical geography, all these 4 topics are there, right? But the Watal and Sharma is the most authenticated book for the oceanography. And we have not only taken from the Watal and Sharma, right, some of the articles published, right, in the newspapers. Okay, some of the research papers, I have taken the gist from them and prepared the notes. So again, there is no necessity for you to study, guys, right? So what's happening in the paper 1, right? The question number 1, it is a compulsory question, guys. ABCD. It is a compulsory question, short questions. Okay, out of the 4, you have to write 3. Okay, so, or if they are given 2, 3, then you have to write 2, guys. Okay, so this is a compulsory question. So there is no question of us leaving any of the topic. Shorts. Okay. Then comes the second question, the third question and the fourth question. Okay. Second question will be compulsorily coming from the geomorphology. 101% from geomorphology only. Okay. And here in the shorts, either 1 or 2 will be coming from geomorphology. So geomorphology is very, very important, guys. Right. So this is over now, let us suppose. Right. Then how many you have to write? One more. Okay, guys. Because in the second section also, B section also, you will be having same ABC, 6th, 7th and 8th. Out of all, you have to write only 5. Okay. So 1 and 5 are compulsions. From the rest of the 6, you have to write 3. At least 1 from either side. Okay. So if you are writing this, what you can do, guys? Only geomorphology if you are reading. Because why I am telling all these things, guys? Because you people think that it is very vast. Okay. There is no necessity for you to read any of these. Or at least these two things there is no necessity if you read environment, because environment is helping us in the preliminary examination also. So if you read that, the fourth question will be done. Means this part is over. Okay. 1, 2, 3 and this is also compulsory. 5th one. Right. And then from the 6th, 7th and 8th, human geography. Okay. When we talk about the human geography, okay, human geography, here it's human geography by Majid Hussain is there, right? Thought by Majid Hussain, by Adhikari and by Dikshit. Okay, then the economic geography by Hartshorne and Truman. These are the books. And here again the population geography is there and also the urbanization problems will be there. Okay, so out of all, one book is there which is called as the models and theories. Okay, the models and theories are present. Right, and if you are reading these models and theories, there is no necessity to read anything else. Because one long question, 7th one will be coming from models and theories. And one short question will be coming from models and theories, because there are 18 models and theories present, guys. So one short and one long question is over. So what you want more? Just you have to write 2 more of the shorts. Okay, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So there is no necessity for you to read any of the books of the second section, except the models and theories. If you are thorough, your preparation is done. So in the second section, more than 40 to 50% you are leaving. 40 to 50, not, it's 70% you are not touching, guys. And in the first section, at least 30% you are not touching. So in the entire first paper, 50% of the syllabus there is no necessity for you to touch. Getting the point, guys? So where is the vastness seen? Half of the portion there is no necessity for you to touch also, guys. Right? And all these books have been studied by me. Prepared the gist of that books which I will be giving you in the classroom. Okay, and we also practice the questions which have been asked in the previous examination. Right? If you look at the geography option, 60% of the questions every year they are the repeated ones. If you look at the past 5 to 10 years questions and this year paper, you will be finding 60 to 70% are the repetition ones. So if you are doing the previous questions, that's more than enough. right? So here the contemporary parts, if at all you are good in current affairs, here one question will be based on the contemporary geography, guys. For example, urbanization, right, and its effects on the environment. Okay, so what are the contemporary things are happening, that will be present here, and if you are good in current affairs, you can go with that one. So this is the first paper. Half of the paper there is no necessity for you to even touch or just look into it, guys, but still you can score the total marks. Okay, when it comes to the paper 2, okay, the paper 2 is India. Paper 1 is related to the theories, theoretical, fully theoretical, guys, right? Here in the section 1 also all the theories will be there, classifications and theories. Static means static, it has not been updated from past 25 years. If you look at the Thornbury book, which we said you have to read the Thornbury and Stoller, right? Thornbury book has not been revised from 30 years. Stoller from 25 years it has not been revised. Okay, and for the economic and commercial geography, Memoria, not been revised from 25-30 years. Geography is very static, guys, it does not change at all except the contemporary things. Okay, except the recent happenings a little bit, other than that everything is the same. So if you look at the second paper, Kuller's Indian geography is there and Gopal Singh's Indian geography is there, guys, right? And then regional planning, Chand and Puri. Urbanization, R. Ramchandran. Okay, then the population geography, R.C. Chandana. Okay, agricultural geography, Majid Hussain, right? And the economic and commercial geography, Memoria. Right? What we have done, you know, I have taken the gist from all these books. Okay, and my material has not been prepared in 1 year or 2 years, guys. Okay, all these years experience, right? If something I think that should be included, I go home and I'll be typing it. So it is the most updated one. Okay, and the updated versions where it will be useful in the form of examples. Okay, guys, the content will be the same, but you will be giving the new examples, that is the applied and the updated versions. Okay, so in the classroom we will be dealing with the topic. Okay, I'll be giving you the notes. Okay, so there is no necessity for you to take any of these 15 to 20 books, because whatever the brainstorming you has to do has been done by me already. Okay, not only that, my friends who are there in Delhi, okay, for the contemporaries, guys, I'll be getting the gist from them for the contemporaries, right? Alok Ranjan is there, my friend, who teaches in Next IAS. Okay, sometimes he also gives the inputs on contemporaries. Okay, if I am not telling any of the contemporary, if I am neglecting, or by chance if I am leaving any of the contemporary, right, I will be asking the Delhi, because I also go to Delhi, guys. So I will be looking into the materials there. What are the contemporary things which I forgot to tell? Okay, even after the classes are over, if I have to give any contemporary, obviously we will be having our own group, guys. In that group, I will be sending you the materials and the inputs. Okay, and the total number of classes for our geography will be around 350 and above. 350 hours we will be taking for geography, guys, because see, that much is not necessary for the option. right? As I told you, half of the geography there is no need to touch. But I have to teach each and every topic which is been given in our syllabus. Okay. So that you should not go outside and say that sir has not touched this topic. Okay. So minimum 350 hours plus, guys. 350 hours is the compulsion. So around 4 months we will be completing the total geography. Last year for previous batch, okay, I have completed the total geography, right? Because there many of the people they have already listened to my classes. So they said, sir, we don't want the total, we want only the gists. So it was 175 hours we have completed the total geography, because for them I have given the books which I have written in the form of the xeroxes, guys. So there is no necessity for you to write. If you are coming to the class, we will be providing that book in the beginning only, guys. So just while I am teaching, just underline them or look into them. That's enough. And for each and every topic, I have given the material in the form of, if the topic is for 500 words, I have given the answer to an extent of 750 words, so that even if you forget 25 to 50%, the rest of the 50% what you write, that will be the correct answer in the examination. Okay, so that's how our classes will be going on, guys. And every day we'll be having the class in the evenings, what the management is telling. You want to ask anything, you can ask me, guys. Anything you want to ask. Don't know exactly, depending on the students and their choices will be coming in the morning or evening. It's not that compulsion. Okay, it's not a compulsion. Depending on the students, right? Because we'll be seeing only the people who are coming here. If they are on online, right, they can listen anytime. But the most of the people who are coming to the class, if they are coming in the morning, will be coming in the morning, because I get up at 5 o'clock. You should come whatever the time you are asking for, right? Yeah. One more thing. After the topic is completed, okay, we'll be having the exam. Okay, because I want to know how much of the content you have got into your brain. Got the point, guys? It's not just I told in the classroom, I went off. That I won't do, guys. We'll be conducting the examinations. Okay, and it is a must for you to write the exam. Because the correction what I do, guys, will be very strict. Okay, it will be not, okay, you have done well and all. Because only the things what we have talked in the classroom, right, and how the previous questions were asked on that, and how they can be asked in the future. Based on that only, based on that analysis only, we will be asking you the question, right? So my correction will be very, very tough and critical analysis I will be doing, guys, so that your realistic pattern of understanding the subject should be put onto the paper. Because the more tough correction we do here, right, the better you will be presenting there in the examination. Okay, so the answer writing is a must. For every topic, I'll be giving you the questions. Already prepared some set of questions. Okay, and from that set of questions only, you will be getting them. Even in the mains, guys. For example, we have seen the geomorphology. Okay, what are the questions have been asked in the geomorphology? In the short questions. Okay, geomorphic process was once a question. Okay, Earth's interior was once a question. Okay, then the denudation was once a question. Okay, weathering was once a question. Transportation was once a question. They are the short questions what we are talking about. When it comes to the long questions, division cycle of erosion, Penck cycle, LC King's cycle. These are the three cycles which they are going on repeating year after year. Today, this year if they are asking you the division cycle, next year if they are asking you the Penck cycle, the third time they are asking you the LC King. The fourth year what they are doing, they are asking you compare and contrast the division and Penck cycles. Pros and cons of these two. Okay, how the Penck cycle is different from the division cycle, or how the LC King cycle is said to be the descendant of the division or the Penck cycle. So, how many cycles are there? Only 3 of them are there, which are being repeatedly asked with changing of the pattern. That's it, guys. And people think that the geomorphology is very, very vast. And half of the 60% of the geomorphology we will be doing in the GS class. Okay, Earth's interior we will be doing in the GS class, right? The landforms we will be doing in the GS class. Earthquakes we will be doing in the GS class. What do you say? Volcanism we will be doing in the GS class. Plate tectonic theory we will be doing in the GS class. Continental drift theory we will be doing in the GS class. The only thing what we are not doing is that 3 theories and models, which we are telling that in the optional class. It's not that I will not be repeating the GS class. I will be repeating the GS class. Along with that, extra thing is these 3 theories: division theory, the Penck theory, and the LC King theory. So, entire geomorphology, what is excess you have to study in the mains? Optional 3 theories. Okay. In the climatology, origin of the climate, structure of the climate, composition of the climate is present in the prelims and also the mains. Okay. Air pressures, pressure belts of the world, present in the mains and the prelims. Okay. The types of winds present in the mains and the prelims. Cyclones present in the mains and the prelims. The things which you have to study extra in the mains is Köppen's classification of the climate, Trivarta's classification of the climate. So, 2 climatic classifications you have to study, guys. And the Thornthwaite, 3. Köppen's, Trivarta's and Thornthwaite's classifications, climatic classifications. That 3 you have to study extra. Okay. Then you have to study about the air masses and the fronts. So, only 5 topics you will be studying extra in the mains. Okay. When it comes to the oceanography, ocean bottom topography, prelims and mains. Right. Then the ocean resources, the currents, the tides, the salinity, the temperature variations. Only what we are not studying in the prelims is the oceanic depositions, which is extra topic in mains. So, in the geomorphology, 3 theories were extra, right? In the climatology, 2 classifications and 2 different topics are extra, and in the oceanography, everything what you study in the prelims you have to study in the mains except the oceanic depositions, right? And in the environmental geography, whatever you are studying in the prelims, that is more than enough for the mains. Because in the environment and ecology, you are studying each and the biomes are being studied by you. Okay, the grasslands are being studied by you, the forests are being studied by you, the forest resources are being studied by you. So, what extra? The soils are being studied by you. Biogeography, right? Soils, everything will be studied by you for the preliminary examination. So, in the mains, simply brush up yourself. There is no necessity for you to study more also, because the questions are being asked from that only, right? Biotic abiotic cycles, okay, or the nitrogen cycle, or the calcium cycle, or the sulfur cycle, which you have studied in the preliminary examination for the prelims. Okay, pollutions, types of pollutions, the levels of pollutions in India. Okay, what are the important causes of pollutions? All that things are being studied by us in the preliminary examination. Waste management, solid waste management, all that things we will be studying in the prelims, guys. So that will be studied in the mains. So there is no new thing for you to study, but still you can give the answer, right? Second section totally new for you, because in prelims we will be studying about the crops, we will be studying about the industries, right? We will be studying about the migrations, demography, but the prelims orientation will be entirely different than the mains orientation, because in the mains, what we said, only the theories and models are important. Other than that, there is no necessity for you to read anything else. And in the second paper, whatever we study in the classroom, that is more than enough, except the contemporaries. Because again, in the second paper, the pattern is the same. Okay, and here you will be having the questions asked from the physiography of India. In the physiography of India, once the question was how the Himalayas are formed, the north-south extension of Himalayas, what are how the Great Plains have come into existence. Okay, then came how define the coastal plains of India. So from the physiography of India, you will be getting the second question. Third question is associated with the climate of India. Monsoons related activities. So if you are doing that too, physical geography and monsoons, it's over. Then you are having the agricultural geography. Okay, and also you are having the riverine systems. And when it comes to second section, the regional geography, regional plans, okay, urbanization, transportation, tourism. So they are all contemporaries, guys. So here in the second section of the second paper, you should be having the knowledge of the contemporary happenings or the current happenings, right? Other than that, there is no necessity for you to put your head into any of the other sources. Okay, guys? Yeah. Your doubts? You want to ask anything? Yeah. Success rate. Okay. That is more important, guys. Last year, the success rate of geography was next to the anthropology, sociology and PSIR. But most number of services were from geography. Rate, when you are taking the rate, you are taking it as a percentage. But if you are taking as the number of services, geography was standing at number 1 position. They are not in the top 5, but later maximum of the services were from geography option only, guys. Okay, and in geography, you know, whatever you write, that is more important. How you are putting on the paper is more important, because you may be having lots of knowledge, right? By the time you go for the mains examination, by that time you might have read the total geography and also attempted prelims once or twice. So you'll be having the knowledge, but how that knowledge is being presented, that is more important. How you put it on the paper is more important. That is the reason because of which we will be conducting the exams in the classrooms. Okay, and if any of the geomorphological things, plate tectonics, right? So suppose in the due process, when we are conducting our classes, suppose there is a tsunami, nearer to what do you say, the coast of Japan. So which are the coasts, sorry, which of the plates, when what is the activity along the coasts or the plates which has resulted into the tsunami? Let us suppose that will be the question. We will be giving you the notes for that. Okay guys, so all the contemporaries will be dealt by us. Okay, yeah. Last year 1100 members have appeared with anthropology and 1647 members have appeared with geography for the mains. Okay, so with the geography, maximum number of students have appeared, guys. That's the reason because of which maximum of the services have been taken over by the optional geography. Yeah, when you talk about the challenges, except the contemporaries, there are no challenges. Except the contemporary happenings, there are no challenges because geography is static subject. Okay, so that is the reason what I am telling. Except the second section of the second paper where you will be finding the challenging things. Other than that, everywhere it is just normal. So the challenging parts will be only in the second section, that is the contemporary. How you have to utilize the subject of yours to the challenges given in the contemporary things. You have to solve that. So we will be giving the subject and few of the challenges or the contemporaries, how you will be interlinking with them. That is the only difficult part, and that difficult part is very, very less in geography. It is difficult everywhere, guys. Okay, challenges, why we are calling them as challenges? Because they are difficult. We have to analyze the things and we have to put it, because that challenges are not the ones which will be regularly asked. So obviously if you are having the content, you can play the tune. If you are not having the content, you will not be having the tune how to write. Okay, you can please ask. Feel free, guys. Or shall we go? Anything related to the civil services you can ask me. Yeah, good. I forgot to tell this. Okay, when you talk about the depth of GS and optional. Okay, so in the option, let us suppose the question is asked about the earthquakes. Okay, the question is related to the earthquakes. I'll be explaining you in a better manner. Yeah, so the earthquakes is the question in GS and optional. In both you are having the earthquakes. Okay, what is the direct question? What are earthquakes? Direct question, let us suppose. The questions, how many words you have to write? Maximum words you are writing in the GS paper and also in the mains. 250 maximum. Okay, guys, 250 words is maximum you have to write. Right. So here in the optional, I will be giving you the content where you can write for 1000 words. But what you have to write? 250 words only. And here also in the GS you have to write maximum 250 words only. I will be giving more because it is our optional. Otherwise, this much of content is not required for you. Okay, why I will be giving this much of content? Even if they are segregating the earthquakes, and they say explain the body waves. Okay, if the question is related to the explain the body waves, right? What are the body waves? Any idea? Earthquakes. In earthquakes, the P and S waves are called as the body waves. Okay, So you have to explain the P waves and also the S waves with the definition of the earthquake. Okay, and you have to draw the diagram. In the P waves, the particles will be moving like this, right? And in the S waves, the particle will be moving like this. That's it. So in the mains, I'll be giving you a little bit more deep. The depth will be increased, so that even if they are asking in the shorts, because the shorts are also important, right? First question, short questions. If they cut it and ask in the short, you should be in a position to give the answer. Otherwise, you should not tell that sir has not told this. There's a reason because of which we will be giving more deeper in the optional than the GS. That's the only thing. Earth's interior, same Earth's interior, nothing is different. Okay. Plate tectonic theory, though the theory is very big, you have to write only the definition what the plate tectonic theory means. But that will be in the GS. But when it comes to the mains, right, they'll be asking you to explain the formation of the mountains according to the plate tectonic theory. Okay, or they'll be asking you to explain the formation of the first order relief features, that is the continents and the ocean bodies. They are a little bit deeper, which I'll explain in the GS also. But in the GS, I'll not be giving that much of notes. Okay, in the optional, I'll be giving you the notes for that. GS also I explain that, but I'll not be giving that much of the notes because that is not necessary. Simply there I say, when the continental and continental plates are converging, right, they'll be giving rise to formation of the fold mountains. Or when the continental and the oceanic plates are converging, they also give rise to formation of the fold mountains. Okay, but when the continental and oceanic plates are converging, the fold mountains are associated with the volcanic eruptions. Okay, wherever the fold mountains are formed by the two plates coming together, that is converging plate boundaries. If two of the plates, one is oceanic and the other one is the continental, right? What happened? The oceanic will be going down and the continental plate will be getting folded here. So you'll be having the fold mountains created nearer to the coast, right? But the continent is very, very thick. So when it is getting folded, automatically what happened? It will be having the breaks formed. When the breaks are formed, the magma or the molten material will be coming up and you will be having the volcanoes. So if you look at the Andes, South American plate and the Pacific plate. Okay, the Rockies, North American plate and the Pacific plate. So when the oceanic plate and the continental plates are converging, it will be giving us a formation of folds. Along with that, we will be having the volcanoes, right? The European plate and the Indian plates are converging. Okay, so this is continental, this is continental. So when these are converging, the intervening in between these two plates, there was the oceanic plate. That oceanic plate got squeezed. This is Indian plate, this is European plate. In between there was an ocean. Tethys Sea was present. So this oceanic plate got squeezed because these two plates are coming. So what happened? This oceanic plate got raised up in the form of Himalayas. Okay. So what's happening? Here the volcanoes are not seen. So they may be asking you why the volcanoes are not seen in the Himalayas and why they are seen in the Rockies, though both of them are the fold mountains. Okay, so we will be going deeper in certain places and there is no necessity of the depth in many of the places. So the challenges are there, the depth is there, right? But the GS, if you are perfectly thorough with the GS, mains 60 to 70% of the optional GS, optional geography preparation is completed. If you are thorough with the GS geography and environmental ecology, 60 to 70% of the optional preparation is completed except the models and theories and the classifications. Yes, geography is scoring, but the second section what we talked about, the questions will be general. Generalized questions are asked in the second section. First section's fully theoretical, right? In the second section, the contemporary things are being added. Just now what we talked. When the contemporary things are added, it will be like general question, general studies question. So what the students will be doing? They'll be writing it like general studies. If they are asking that question in geography, right? They are the intellectual persons who are sitting there and asking the questions. You say that, sir, it was general, so I have written general. They will also give the marks general only. Getting the point? They have asked you that general question in geography optional. So your approach for that should be in the optional point of view. Then the marks will be awarded. So many of the people, they are losing the marks in the contemporaries. Okay. Otherwise, in the first sections, no one can cut even a single mark. Whatever you are writing, they have to give the marks. Second section, here where the people are going general. See, the persons are asking you the question in optional geography, right? They will be having something in their mind and then only they will be asking, right? And you say that, sir, it was a general question, no, so I have given the general answer. So the marks will also be general. There is a reason because of which when you are choosing the second section questions, your knowledge should be apt. Then only choose the contemporaries. Otherwise, don't choose the contemporaries and lose the marks. Okay. So most of the people, whatever the general studies preparation is there, during that they will be studying that, having that idea. They think that that can be put into the geography and in a general manner. Specifically or write, guys, with specific examples, because there's a part and parcel of option. If you do that, they will not be cutting your marks. But if you are writing as if it is a general answer, definitely they will be cutting the marks, guys. Good. So your expression, your way of approach should be fully like an optional. Okay, because they are asking you that question in the optional paper, not the GS paper. Contemporary is what we are talking about. Otherwise, whatever you read, that will be coming in the examination in the first sections. Even in the second section also, right? Regional geography is there. Regional plannings, right? For example, recently, right, the economists are like we have changed the coefficient for the assessing the human development indexes. Multi-dimensional indexes we have taken into consideration. They are asking us to take the Gini coefficient to assess the poverty levels. Okay, purchasing power parity is been put. So though it is the part and parcel of the economy, we will be studying that in our geography, because the regional planning is a part of geography. The poverty elevation programs is the part of geography, right? The schemes introduced by the government for the construction of the houses is a part of geography, right? For example, Antyodaya Yojana is there. That is a part of economy and also the geography. Okay, guys. So the poverty elevation programs, they are the parts of economy and the geography. There's a reason because of which what I said, if you are taking optional in the prelims, what I said, 25 questions you can do, 25 to 30 questions you can do which are associated with geography and environmental ecology, right? But if you take about the disasters and also the economy, at least 4 to 5 questions will be geography related in the preliminary examination. Recent questions, 2 of the economy questions are related to geography. Matter that total fertility rate was associated with the geography. Okay, in the population geography, we will be studying about the terms used in the population geography. Birth rates, death rates, maternal mortality rates, infant mortality rates, sex ratios, and the total fertility rates. And that was the prelims question. Like that, lots of questions from economy are also being dealt in our geography, right? The economic activities, what they talked, services, one of the question was asked related to the economic activities, the storing of the food materials and passing on to that. That is, storing is, when you are storing something, what you are doing a service. Okay, food material production is direct, but when you are storing means it is service. If you are processing it into the powder, it is the industries. That was the next question which was asked. So 2 to 3 questions of economy will be always getting overlapped with the geography. Yes. Yes. Second paper, what we talked, India and China's relationships, will be why the India and China are having the border issues. Yes. That first topic of our Indian physiography, introduction of India, I will be taking it in a very long sense, guys, because I will be dealing all the things, what are the agreements have been made, right? Why we are having the problems. Okay, though we are having the problems, why we are continuing with the economic aspects, right? Recently, our government, just 2 days back, the government has put the restrictions on the passenger avionics, passenger planes. Okay, because China has put that embargo, ban on our passenger planes during COVID, right? So they have restricted our passenger planes, but that people are sending their passenger planes regularly, which means the people who want to go to China will be using the Chinese aircraft. So their economy is getting boomed, right? And many of our Indians who want to go outside, they want to go in the Indian flights. Okay, but when our flights are not there, what we have to do? We have to use their flights. So what's happening? They are getting more of the money. Our money is being curtailed, right? And what the Chinese were doing, if any of the Chinese want to come to India, they are not giving the visas, right? If any of the Indian want to go, we are giving them the visa and they are also permitting us within 2 days. So what's happening? Our people are going, their people are not coming. Okay, guys. So all that things we'll be discussing. Why the problem with Pakistan? Why recently we had the problem with Nepal? Though we are having the Sugauli Treaty with Nepal, why the problem has arisen related to the Kalapani, right, and Limpiaduria areas. We'll be discussing all that things in the classroom. The India and the surrounding only, guys, not the international relations. India, Pakistan, India, China, India, Bangladesh, India, Bhutan, India, Nepal. Okay. Organizations, actually, international organizations, the questions are being asked, but they are associated with the contemporaries. Recently, if any of the organization has given the best input, either for the sustainability of the mankind or the sustainability of the environment, that type of organizations we will be discussing, not all the organizations, because 120 organizations are important ones. We cannot go on discussing all of them. We will be discussing, but not all. Only the things which are in news and which are having some say in the international politics. For example, UN is there. Though it has been constituted as the world body in 1945, it has lost its sheen. It is not having its power as it was having in the 1945. Why India and Pakistan are having the problems? When the Raja Hari Singh has given the letter of assent saying that you can get the Kashmir into the ambit of India, he has given the letter. But why we are still facing the problem of Kashmir? Because at that time UN was very, very strong and very powerful, right? And India recently got the independence. It does not wanted to have a negative impact from the UN. Right? So what happened? Instead of the Indian forces kicking the Pakistani forces out, after going and meeting them face to face, facing the Pakistani army, what the Indian government has done? They went to the UN stating that, see, we are having this letter, please ask the Pakistani soldiers to go. But now, UN is not having that much of power. So, no one is carrying the words of US. That's the reason because of which they are talking about the entry of the third world countries into the UN, because India is championing the cause of all the third world countries. That's the reason because of India want to have a permanent seat. Okay, see, when we discuss in the classroom, my classroom will not be pertaining to only geography, guys. I'll be, whenever yesterday suppose the Agni 6, I'll be discussing that in the classroom, because in the other institutions I teach science and technology, disaster management, environment ecology and geography. Okay, so wherever the science and technology comes, I'll be discussing in the classroom. There is a reason because of which our time will be, what I said, 350 hours. Okay, because I'll be giving all the inputs of even the SNT. Right? See, yesterday's paper, previous prelims paper, whatever I have discussed in the classroom, 41 questions have come. Okay, you will be having the video in the Amigos, where you can see what I have told in the classroom. Because I will be dealing with environment ecology, disaster management, right? The science and technology and geography. So, in different parts, wherever I have told in the classroom, they have come. So, 41 questions have come from my class. Okay. So, in our optional geography, I will be taking that liberty, guys. I will be giving you more of the inputs. Science and technology, international relations, if something is happening with Turkey, okay, the Saudi Arabia, etc. I will be giving a little bit more than the other people, because they are all the parts and parcels of our geography, guys. Yeah. I hope whatever the doubts you are having, I have clarified them, guys. Right. And most probably they may be starting the classes next week. Right. If you are interested, do come. Right. Listen to few classes, how our class will be going on and what content we are giving. Okay. Then you decide, guys. Because experience is most important when you are going for the coachings. Because several of the people are coming and telling that we can teach. Right. When I am teaching, for example, if you are talking about the caverns. Caverns means the halos which are formed in the calcium carbonated rocks. Caves, underground caves. Okay, I will be giving you my experience, guys. I went to Shiv Kodi in Jammu and Kashmir, nearer to Raisi. When I talk about that cavern, the Raisi has come. I will be asking you, what happened in the Raisi recently? What has happened to of the new important incidents which will be changing the economy of Jammu and Kashmir and India, guys? In the Raisi district only, they have had the Chenab link built. That will be enhancing the economy of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, and in the Rayasi district only, the lithium deposits have been found last year. Okay, which will be enhancing the economy of our India. So, the contemporaries and the subject and my experience will be coming in the classroom, guys. Yeah. So, this is how our class will be going, guys. Right? Chalo, take care, guys. Right? And if any time you require any of the doubt clarification, if you want, you can have my number. Right? Even you join or won't join, right? You can get the clarification. If you want, you can have my number, guys. 916 000 916 000 3093. Okay. Yeah. Bye guys. See you then. Okay.